Yeah, so I'm playing this just after having played the other one and the previous one. Doesn't make much sense, but you'll see the opening. It's going to be quite similar. And, well, I've got an extra idea anyway about what I should do, so we'll have a look to see how that works. So I'm going to keep on going with this because I think I've been, I think it's decent for me. Although, I mean, these closed center positions are, obviously quite dangerous somehow. But I think they're dangerous for both sides. I mean, that's my my feeling. So I'm going to just sort of assume that I just need to play them better. That these sort of friend structures aren't better for black. Obviously, you start to wonder maybe I should be playing, this stuff as black then, I should be playing the black stuff from the white side. But okay, we're going to see how this goes. But I mean, it's clear, looking at the way that Stockfish is playing, it's quite, it suddenly a pawn moves and everything's making sense somehow, yeah. And I'm obviously struggling a little bit more to understand that and to really do that. But we're going to see. I mean, from that point of view, yeah, this move h4, not so stupid, maybe. Yeah, I've got quite a few ideas that I could do, so we'll just have to have a look. I mean, one idea would be to do some artificial castling. To play h4 and then play king f1, g3, king g2. That might be. Or just play h4, play the king to g1, and then activate the rook via h3, g3. That might be more sensible, But okay. I've got before I start going bananas, I've still got some ideas about how to play this normally. So we're going to do this. This is just a couple of minutes after my previous game, by the way, so it's not like I've had any time to analyse it. I do actually have, I haven't used it very much, but I do actually have the whole fairy Stockfish thing installed at just offline, so I think I can use it to analyse. Although, yeah, the analysis function seems a little bit weird. I can play games against it, certainly, but we'll see. So what I want to do is I want to play the move rook e1. And the idea, I want to defend this pawn, and then actually what I want to do, I'm going to try and play a quick c4 or e4. If black plays g5, g6. Yeah, okay, he wants to play h7, g7, but he's a bit worried about this. Now the question is whether I can play e4 or c4, whether that's sensible now, or whether, yeah. I mean, interesting would be bishop h6 here, maybe. Because if g7, I go bishop g7. But I guess he'll go rook h7 then. Trapping the bishop. I go bishop f6. And then he's going to take. And then I could maybe play e4 or c4 and break open the centre. Not clear whether I'd actually be managing to break it open. It's definitely an idea. Bishop h6, definitely an idea here. Yeah, c4 is possible. And e4 is possible. I mean, e4 he can take on e5, then I take on d5. It's not clear whether that's really an advantage for me. I think it probably should be. I like e4 because I can take. Well, I prefer taking back with the bishop on e4 rather than on c4. On c4, it feels like I'm just going to get hit by b5, if you see what I mean. Whereas on e4, I think I can maybe just. But if I go e4, I mean d4, I've got to watch out for, which is kind of annoying. I mean, what I'd really like to do then is to play e4, d4, and then d5. I'm just not quite sure how strong that is. Whether I should wait an extra move, and do something sensible. course, I'm very unsure, about how Stockfish will react somehow. So, doing something sensible is, yeah, that's kind of my problem. I've got loads of ideas. I could also, yeah, I could play the bishop to f4. I might get hit by g5 then. Could play the pawn to h4. Just sort of. And if he takes with the bishop on h4, then I try and open up the center somehow. That is possible. Yeah, loads of ideas. h4. Got quite a decent feeling about h4, I have to say. But let's do it, because I do sort of bishop h6, g7 takes, rook h7, and then bishop f6. Takes bishop, and then I play e4. Knight takes. And if d4, I go e5. Takes. It's always very hard to say, really, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to play bishop h6. Yeah, okay, so this is at least I saw it, right? It's not a surprise to me. So I think actually I'm just thinking about g6. I think black was worried about the move f5 as well. e5, f5, come to think of it. I'm gradually going to get hold of the theory on this, So I could have gone f5 there as well, maybe. Could have been an interesting sacrifice, but no, I want to do this. Well, I feel at least I'm making some use of the old Pawnaroonies there. Yeah, now e5 is the idea. Knight d5 would be great if I had it, but he goes takes, and knight e7. I can go e5, but I don't think I've got anything there. So I'm just going to come here. Yeah, I mean, what I'm hoping for here is that, what I've done with the old, with my stuff is, I've sort of messed up his position a bit. I'm hoping that's going to be good. I mean, I could go d5 here, but then he takes on c3, takes on c6, takes on b2. And I don't really see that's an advantage for me. What I'd really like to do is to play knight e4. That was my plan. I'm just wondering about knight e5 now. Knight g5, he takes on f3, queen f3, queen g5. So this is the normal thing with the engines, you sort of think, well, why haven't I got something winning, because frankly, I think my position deserves it. But it's like Clint Eastwood in one of my favourite films, I guess, Unforgiven. Deserving got nothing to do with it. Which, to be honest, is a very good, very, very good description of playing against engines. Yeah, okay. But I think then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the move. Did it appear move? Knight a4, rook h5 suddenly occurs to me. Why would this disgusting move be any good? But yeah, it might be. I think I've got play here, so I'm going to try and do it. I mean, I've got a threat there. I've got a threat of playing d5 here, queen d5, knight b6 with a fork, which is why rook h5 is annoying, because after d5 you can take with a rook. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, point is that I can play f5 here as well, and after gf that rook is loose. But again, I'm suddenly thinking, okay, it's loose, but if I go knight d4, he goes queen h4. I don't quite see a way to... I don't see a way to really exploit that, which is really quite sad. And yet... But I mean, if I go f5, he goes gf. I want to go knight d4 then, and that's the idea. But he goes queen takes d4, even, queen h5, and then queen takes a4. And I don't know how strong that is for white, if at all. I can go bishop takes f5 afterwards. He's pinned. With two bishops, he looks quite solid somehow. So this adventure doesn't... Neither of these adventures seem to work somehow. A little bit of a shame. What I'm maybe tempted with is to play queen b3 and to try and just... you know, aim... Maybe. I mean, I just can't get things quite working together. And what I was thinking about was to go queen b3, knight takes e5, knight b6, because black can ruin your pawn structure with takes, but my king can run all the time, so if he comes down here, it doesn't matter. And I can always play the pawn to g3 to repair myself afterwards. But if queen b3, knight e5, knight b6, he's got knight d3, you know, and got this feeling somehow that I'm a move behind somehow in what I should be, and I don't quite understand 100% why that is. You know, to my mind, I've played fairly quickly somehow, so I would expect to be, you know, but yeah, well, who knows, eh? Could play f5, gf, and just queen b3. Bit worried about this f4 and then g4 afterwards. Yeah, I mean, this is... I mean, the real challenge, it seems to me, with this chess is yeah, you know, playing quickly somehow, and I just feel like I'm not doing such a bad job, but I'm slow somehow. I seem to be a tempo or two down on what I should be, and obviously that's going to be quite. It's going to end up quite costly. Well, I've got to make a move sometime. Well, everyone's going to get bored. The thousands of viewers that are watching this. So what am I going to do? What feels right to me? What feels least wrong to me? Let's just do this. We're just going to do this, and we will see how it goes. It's a decent move. I mean, I'm threatening knight b6. I'm also aiming. You know, I've got some e6, bishop g6. If he takes on e5, the e file will get opened. So I do have some stuff on there. Just this feels wrong that I'm doing this, but it's just a threat against the bishop on d3 that's annoying. Okay, and now I'm playing g3, which I think is the best line there. I mean, it's just, I'm one pawn down. you know. Now, what I was thinking here was that I'm not afraid of him taking on G3 or anything. I have seen this, but so it's not a shock to me. But oh, good in Matthew. Curses. Oh well, I fell for that one. It's hard to see, hard to spot from advance. But even the move before, I don't see it somehow. Oh dear me. In all fairness, I mean, it's not so different from normal chess, right? I mean, just well, I last longer, of course, in normal chess, but you just feel that every move you're going backwards against Stockfish or Leela. When you play them, this is just a little bit more because I'm just getting caught out by simple tactics. But I think you start to see the complexity, right, of this game. It's why it's so nice, because the pawn structures can be changing continually, but it's the skill to keep those pawn structure fluid and then link up the pawns somehow. And obviously, yeah, I'm being completely caught out here by Stockfish. I kind of just want to resign now. I'm probably going to resign. I just want to be sure that I'm not. There's no little tactics that I've got, because there's a lot of loose stuff. I mean, there is a lot of loose stuff here in the position. But yeah, I guess most of it is mine. I think this is just hopeless. Yeah, there we are. We'll abort that game. So there we are. That was another game. Yeah, but I think the approach was better somehow. Yeah, I mean what I did. But yeah, you really need to have some real good understanding of where to put your pieces. I guess this move Bishop H6 was not the best, or maybe some other things did occur to me, but maybe Bishop H6 wasn't the best there. But at least I went into it with my eyes open. It was just an idea, and it felt like I was kind of pushing a little bit somehow in terms of creating something. But yeah, it just obviously didn't quite get there. But definitely worth pursuing the opening. It's turning into a bit of a theoretical battle, this one. Hope it's not boring for you to watch. But I think it's quite, it's kind of fundamental, right? I mean, I think I'm playing very normally and sensibly as white, which may not be the best. I've talked about this castling kingside, that maybe that's not the best way to play. That it might be better just to go for no castling and just keep the rook on the H file there. So yeah, that's possible. I've got to balance it though with this D5 to C5, which can break open the center. So that's kind of tricky. But well, I mean, at some stage it'll be fun to. I'll swap it around there, and we'll see. I'll maybe I can start Stockfish from the white position. We'll see how Stockfish handles it. But okay, hope you enjoyed this anyway, and hope you're enjoying this series. I do think it's fascinating, but well, I do get obsessed with stuff, so it's you can't expect people to share all of your obsessions. But anyway, I think it teaches these sort of things. Good variants, I think, teach you something fundamental about the real chess itself, just like shogi did. I felt a lot for me as well. This does too. I've got that same feeling about it. So yeah, hopefully it's interesting and useful for everyone. So thanks very much, everyone, and see you at the next one. Thanks for watching.